We often think of miracles as ancient events, confined to history books and scriptures. These are the stories passed down through generations, tales of divine interventions that shaped the course of human history. From the parting of the Red Sea to the resurrection of Lazarus, these miraculous events are often seen as relics of a bygone era, moments frozen in time, never to be repeated. But miracles are not relegated to the past. They are not just the stuff of legends and old tales. In our modern world, amidst the hustle and bustle of city life, the daily grind and the constant rush, miracles continue to unfold. They are woven into the fabric of our everyday lives, often unnoticed, yet profoundly impactful. They happen every day, all around us, if we open our hearts to see them. A smile from a stranger, a helping hand when you least expect it, a moment of pure joy in the midst of sorrow. These are the small miracles that remind us of the beauty and goodness in the world. They are the gentle whispers of a higher power, nudging us to recognize the divine in the mundane. These are not just lucky coincidences or fortunate turns of events. They are moments of grace, instances where the ordinary becomes extraordinary. When we pause to reflect, we realize that these miracles are the threads that weave together the tapestry of our lives, giving it depth, meaning, and purpose. Miracles are divine interventions, moments when a higher power steps in to rewrite the script of our lives. They are the beams of light that break through the darkest clouds, the hands that reach out to lift us when we are at our lowest. They are the manifestations of a love that transcends human understanding, a love that is always present, always reaching out to us. In my work as a researcher and author, I've had the privilege of encountering countless stories of the miraculous. These stories are not just anecdotes, they are powerful testimonies of faith, hope, and resilience. They are the voices of people who have experienced the extraordinary in their ordinary lives, who have seen the hand of God at work in ways that defy explanation. These stories, shared in my book Uncommon Answers, are testaments to the fact that miracles are alive and well in our modern world. They are the evidence that the divine is not distant or detached, but intimately involved in our lives. Each story is a beacon of hope, a reminder that we are never alone, that there is always a higher power watching over us. They remind us that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges, hope and healing are always possible. Whether it's overcoming a serious illness, finding the strength to move forward after a devastating loss, or experiencing a moment of profound connection and understanding, these miracles show us that there is always a way forward, always a reason to hope. These stories are not just inspiring tales. They are powerful reminders that we serve a God who is active and present in our lives. They are the proof that our prayers are heard, that our struggles are seen, and that our cries for help do not go unanswered. They are the evidence of a love that is always reaching out to us, always ready to lift us up and carry us through. He is a God who hears our prayers, sees our struggles, and longs to pour out His love and grace in extraordinary ways. In every sunrise, in every comforting hug, in every answered prayer, we see the hand of God at work. We see the miracles that happen every day, the divine interventions that remind us of His presence and His love. So let us open our hearts and our eyes to the miracles around us, and let us be grateful for the extraordinary ways in which God touches our lives. My own journey to discovering the power of miracles began with a deeply personal longing. It was a quest that consumed my thoughts and dreams, a yearning that seemed to grow stronger with each passing day. The desire to find my biological father. This wasn't just a casual curiosity. It was a burning need to understand my roots, to connect with a part of myself that had always felt missing. I would spend countless hours poring over old family photos, searching through documents, and gazing at distant memories, hoping to find a clue, a hint, anything that could lead me to him. I had no leads, no clues, only a name whispered through the years, a name that turned out to be incorrect. It was a name that had been passed down through hushed conversations, a name that I clung to as my only link to him. But as I delved deeper, I realized that this name was a dead end, a false hope that left me feeling more lost than ever. For years, I searched, hitting dead end after dead end. Each time I thought I was getting closer, I would find myself back at square one, frustrated and disheartened. The disappointment was overwhelming, and there were moments when I felt like giving up entirely. But something inside me kept pushing me forward, a small voice that refused to let me abandon my quest. Just when I was about to give up hope, I experienced what I can only describe as a divine intervention. It was a moment of clarity, a sudden realization that felt like a gift from the universe. I was driving, lost in my thoughts, when a name, clear as day, flashed into my mind. It was as if someone had whispered it directly into my ear, a name that I had never heard before but felt inexplicably drawn to. A name, clear as day, flashed into my mind while I was driving. It was a peculiar name, unusual and distinct, one that stood out in my mind like a beacon. I couldn't shake the feeling that this name was important, that it held the key to the answers I had been seeking for so long. It was a peculiar name, unusual and distinct. I wrote it down immediately, my hands trembling with a mix of excitement and apprehension. What if this was another dead end? What if I was setting myself up for more disappointment? But despite my fears, I knew I had to follow this lead, no matter where it took me. Driven by an inexplicable force, I followed this new lead. I spent hours researching, making phone calls, and piecing together fragments of information. Each step brought me closer to the truth, and with each new discovery, my hope grew stronger. It was as if the universe was guiding me, leading me down a path that I was destined to follow. And there he was, my father. The moment I saw him, I knew without a doubt that he was the man I had been searching for. The emotions that washed over me were indescribable, a mix of joy, relief, and a deep sense of connection that I had never felt before. We embraced, and in that moment, all the years of searching and longing melted away. The name that had come to me, seemingly out of thin air, was his best friend's name, a detail he had shared with my mother years ago. It was a piece of the puzzle that had been missing, a crucial link that had finally brought us together. As we talked, I learned more about my father and the life he had lived, and I felt a sense of peace and fulfillment that I had never known before. This experience was a turning point in my life, a profound testament to the reality of miracles and the power of divine guidance. It taught me that sometimes, when we are at our lowest, the universe has a way of stepping in and guiding us towards our destiny. It was a reminder that even in the darkest moments, there is always hope, and that miracles can happen when we least expect them. This journey not only led me to my father, but also to a deeper understanding of myself and the world around me. It was a miracle that changed my life forever, and for that, I am eternally grateful. One of the most remarkable stories I encountered during my research involved a young college football player named Mark. Full of life and athletic promise, Mark's world was turned upside down when he was diagnosed with an aggressive form of lymphoma. The prognosis was grim, the treatments grueling. Despite the odds stacked against him, Mark and his family refused to give up hope. They clung to their faith, praying fervently for a miracle. And then, the impossible happened. Mark's tumors began to shrink, defying all medical expectations. Doctors were baffled, unable to explain the sudden and dramatic turnaround. But Mark and his family knew in their hearts that this was no coincidence. It was a miracle, a testament to the power of faith and the unwavering belief in a God who could move mountains. Sarah's story is one of resilience, faith, and the miraculous fulfillment of a long-held dream. Her journey is a testament to the human spirit's ability to endure and triumph over adversity. For years, she and her husband had longed to start a family, but their hopes were dashed time and again by the heartbreaking diagnosis of infertility. Each visit to the doctor brought a new wave of disappointment, and each negative test result felt like a crushing blow to their dreams. They endured countless medical consultations, invasive procedures, and the emotional roller coaster of hope and despair. The journey was fraught with challenges, from the physical toll of treatments to the emotional strain on their relationship. Yet, through every setback, they held on to a glimmer of hope, refusing to give up on their dream of becoming parents. Through it all, Sarah clung to her faith, believing that with God, nothing was impossible. Her faith became her anchor, providing her with the strength to face each new day with courage and determination. She found solace in prayer, turning to her faith community for support and encouragement. She prayed fervently, her heart filled with a longing only a mother could understand. Each prayer was a plea for a miracle, a heartfelt request for the chance to experience the joy of motherhood. Her faith was unwavering, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. And then, one day, a miracle unfolded. After years of waiting and countless prayers, Sarah received the news she had been longing for. The positive pregnancy test was a beacon of hope, a sign that her prayers had been answered. Sarah discovered she was pregnant. The joy and relief she felt were indescribable. It was a moment of pure elation, a confirmation that miracles do happen. She and her husband celebrated the news, their hearts overflowing with gratitude and joy. Against all odds, Sarah carried her baby to term, welcoming a healthy child into the world. The journey to motherhood had been long and arduous, but the arrival of their baby made every struggle worthwhile. The moment she held her newborn in her arms, all the pain and heartache melted away, replaced by an overwhelming sense of love and fulfillment. Her story is a testament to the power of faith to overcome even the most daunting obstacles and a reminder that God's timing is always perfect. Sarah's journey serves as an inspiration to others facing similar challenges, showing that with faith, perseverance, and unwavering hope, even the most impossible dreams can come true. Her story is a beacon of hope, a reminder that miracles are possible, and that faith can move mountains.